Hey guys, so I've been getting a lot of questions about the Suhr reactive load. What does it exactly do? What are the general uses for it? How does it compare to other products? So I'm going to try to just explain it just from guitarist to guitarist, and hopefully it makes a little bit more sense. But basically what this is supposed to do is this is supposed to kind of like replace, the cabinet in your signal chain. So basically instead of plugging your amp into a cabinet, you plug it into the load, and then you don't need a cabinet. And what's really important is that capturing that signal accurately, the reactive part of that is so important, because that's the difference between this and other load boxes or speaker simulators. If you don't capture the amp, and the qualities of the amp and the warmth and the feel of the amp, then it makes every amp sound exactly the same. And I know that because I have like 15 amps and I've tried a number of different devices, and sometimes I'm like, it doesn't really matter that I'm playing the SL68, or it doesn't really matter that I'm playing, a Brown Eye, because it kind of all sounds the same. So at that point, my thought is I may as well just get a Kemper or an Axe Effects, because, I'm kind of wasting my time. So what's really special about this thing is that so far, when I play a 5150, it sounds like a 5150. And when I play the SL68, it sounds like a Plexi. And, it's really amazing in that regard. So the question is this. So what do I do with this thing? So just to be 100% clear, just using this alone, you can't do anything. There's no cabinet emulation. There's no speaker simulation. There's no mics. There's nothing in this. This thing is just a reactive load. It's purpose built to capture the interaction of your amp and a speaker cabinet. Okay? So then what do you do with that? So what you need to do is you then need to send that signal into something that does have cabinet simulation and speaker simulation. So what are your options? So if you're using recording, software, like Logic or Pro Tools, what you need to do is you need to get a plugin that allows you to load impulse responses. And this is where I usually check out, because I'm like, what's an impulse response? Basically what I realize is that all it is like a little wave file, and the wave file is supposed to react to the signal that's coming into it, and it's supposed to react like a real mic'd up cabinet. Okay, so impulse response is basically a fancy term for these little wave files that simulate mixes and mics of different combinations of mics and speakers. Okay, now these impulse responses are pretty affordable, right? So for $19, you can get, from Owen Hammer, you can get a whole set of greenbacks and V30s and different mics and ribbon mics and SM57s, and it's really awesome. And you just need a IR plugin. So Two Notes makes a plugin called the Wall of Sound, and it's essentially free, but you have to buy like 2 of their cabinets in order to get the license to stick, and it's like $10 or something. It's not a lot of money. So if you have a recording set up and you're good to go, all you need to do, download the Two Notes Wall of Sound, buy some IRs, and you're good to go. Okay, now you have your amp at any volume recording direct into your recording software, and you get to kind of toggle between different IRs and choose whichever speaker you want, and it sounds awesome. It really it's definitely exceeding my abilities as with real mics and cabinets. So then the next question is, I don't have a computer, it sounds annoying, I hate software, I don't want to deal with all this stuff, how do I just use that through headphones or through monitors? Because I like that idea, but I don't necessarily need to record things. And I totally get that. Or, you want to do this live and you want to put this into a PA. So that means that you need a physical representation of that plugin. You need a physical representation of those IRs. So there's 2 products that I'm aware of that do this. One is the Two Notes Torpedo Cab. So this is basically a physical box that has impulse responses built into it, and you can buy third-party ones and load it on there, and it has all these outputs, so you can go headphones and balanced outs and all types of stuff, and you can use it just like as a practice amp, which is pretty amazing. The other thing is, my friend showed me, is that there's a company called Lajja D, I think, that has something similar to the Torpedo Cab. It's a little bit simpler, smaller unit for half the price, which does the same thing. It's just built for the purpose of loading IRs. So basically what you can do is, this is $400, and anywhere from like $200 to $500 on top of that, you have this full mini rig that lets you use any of your amps at any volume, and it sounds really awesome. So I hope that makes sense. I hope that explains it. You know, it's really important for people to know that on itself, you know, you can't do much with it, right? It's just that one component that's supposed to be, that's so essential to getting this right, that you're getting when you buy the Suhr. And you know, I've been putting the videos out there because I want to prove that it sounds as good as I'm saying it sounds. You know, I've been at this a long time. I'm always trying to get the best sounds on, you know, recorded. All right, so if you have any questions or about anything I said, just you know, hit me up on the forum, PM me. I'm on Facebook. You know, I'm everywhere. So I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.